This is Act 1, Scene 1 for cast You Know Who You Are. This is blocking done by Sidnie Jones on April 28th. April 28th, yeah. Okay, so Leonardo starts out entering. I changed that to have Leonardo enter along with the messenger. They enter from center stage left. Leonardo says his line, and as he says, I learned in this house that's disgusting. Learned that in this house, as he's talking, he's crossing center stage left, and following behind him it would be the messenger. He says his line, and she says his line as they're crossing, and they stop, like whenever they're walking at a calm pace, and they stop, and the messenger, she says her line, and if they don't sit down when she says her line, they're still standing up even if they make it to the table. And then Leonardo, as he says his line, this line, how many gentlemen, that, he sits down at the table, at the head table. And the messenger says her line, and she stands to the left of Leonardo. Okay, and Leonardo says his line, and it's just back and forth between them pretty much. And then they have their gestures in each movement, but we'll get into that further. Okay, in the next rehearsal, Leonardo says kind, overflow, kindness, that. And after he says joy at weeping, enters Beatrice and Hero from center stage right. And Beatrice, ooh, that is nice win. Beatrice, she says, I pray you, sir, and as she's saying this, she's directing it towards the messenger. She touches her shoulder like, I pray you, is Signor Montano, I said that wrong, from the wars or not. And as she says this, she crosses and sits down at the table to the left of Leonardo. So then the messenger would counter Beatrice, because the messenger is talking to her. The messenger, she says, I know none of that, lady, and she turns towards Beatrice. And Hero, she stands behind. Leonardo crosses Hero crosses behind Leonardo. And Leonardo says that, and Hero is sitting across from Beatrice, and that is lovely. Okay. And I'm going to the parts that I have actual stage directing crossing. Next one. Okay, so messenger says dawn approach is approached. Hero crosses what is that? Upstage center to center stage right, encounters Beatrice. Hero does that. Okay, and as the messenger says, Don Pedro is approached, then Hero gets up and crosses behind Leonardo. And the messenger, Don Pedro, I already said that, and enters. I'm going to have Don Pedro and Benedict and Don John, the bastard, enter. Instead of having Balthazar and Claudio enter, because they don't really have any lines in that point. So Leonardo stands hold on. They enter from downstage right, and Don John, the messenger exits. So Gracie, you will exit upstage left. Don Pedro with Benedict Don Pedro with Benedict. You greet Senor Leonardo saying, "Oh, joyous days. Hello, yes, good day," and all that jazz. Yeah, hosting the army and all that. Okay. Never came the trouble or whatever. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just totally off. Okay, Don Pedro. Okay, so Don Pedro, when you say, I think this is your daughter, you glance over, gesturing to Hero, and, let's see here. Okay, so, Don Pedro, after you say, "For you are like an honorable father," Leonardo, okay, Leonardo and Don Pedro will like have a hand on shoulder, like, you know, you'll have your own private conversation, and you'll cross upstage right, and Benedict with Beatrice, so Jackson and Olivia, you'll cross downstage center, because that's where you have your little battles between each other and stuff like that, and you'll have your own flair to it, and we'll get more into that during the next rehearsal. But that's basically when you have your little argument or whatever. Beatrice, I love that win, by the way. Okay, so Beatrice, when you say, you always end with a jade trick. I know you of old. You'll exit stage right, which would be like center stage right, with Hero. Hero's like, "Oh yeah, I know, right?" Or like agreeing with you in some shape or form. And Leonardo with Don Pedro, you come forward because you just got done having your very long conversation, and you cross center, what is that, center stage. You go cross the center stage. Oh, love that wind. Oh, hello. Yes, beautiful. Okay. That's bad. I crumpled the paper. Oh well. Okay, so Don Pedro, with your hand, Leonardo, we will go together. Okay, you exit with wait, hold on, let me check this. Okay, Leonardo, everyone exits except Benedict and Claudio. Wait, what, Sidney? What in the heck? Hold on. Does this make any sense? When did Claudio enter in the first place? I had Claudio enter at one point. Okay. Yes. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so if I didn't say Claudio entered, he's going to enter when everyone else leaves, except... Okay, Claudio is going to enter when Don Pedro says, "Your hand, Leonardo, we will go together." They exit center stage right. And Benedict and Claudio are on stage together. They'll be crossing center, downstage, center. And we'll go over line to line how you're going to say your line and what tone you say it during rehearsal. Okay. Love this mailbox so much. Okay. We'll go. Don't tell me. Crap. Don't tell me. Don't. Nice right now. Okay, so hello, wind. I miss you so much. Oh crap, I should record. Yes. Okay, back to the point. I'm on page 16, BTW. And after Benedict says his line, Don Pedro is returned to seek you. Don Pedro, you will enter the same way you exited. Or no, you will not. You will enter from stage right. Center stage right. Right? Yep. That's the way you will enter. Okay. And you'll say your little lines and all that goodness. Okay, so some of my pages are blank because I want to get a feel of how you're going to react with your character, and I want to work with all of my cast so then we can get with the character. I understand the characters and traits and all that and how they feel, but I just wanted to get how you would react in the characters and stuff like that. And I have different gestures that you'll do, but that's what I'll work with you with. And let's see here. Yeah, and most of the rest of my so-called blocking is mainly what is it? It's mainly crap. It's excuse my language. It's mainly like Benedict points on his fingers or something like that. And okay, my last part. Okay, so when Don Pedro has his big spiel and in present, let us put it presently, Claudio and Benedict and everyone that's on stage will exit, and I will have them exit. Bop! Stage left, center stage right. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I will have them exit down stage right. That is right. And I love you guys. I look forward to having you next time. Wait, Sidney, I'm not done. Wait, you're not done? What? What's happening here? Yes, here's the stage and how it's going to be. So there's total going to be, how many is this? Sorry. This will be the table. This at the front, this would be Leonardo. This would be Beatrice. This will be Hero. This would be Beatrice. Okay, but we'll work that out. I have it all set up and everything. Okay, so this is the way the chairs are going to be. They're going to be 4 chairs and a table, and this is the stage. And I love you guys. And practice your stage directions and your lines and everything. And I will see you next time. And I'm going to actually get through my whole scene, so I won't be cheated out of my time with you people. I love you guys. This is your director, Sidney Jones. This is your blocking for Act 1, Scene 1.